Well, good evening, everyone. This is Mike Bass back again with another forecast update for you for this June the 22nd, 2023. I'm hoping everybody had a great Thursday out there so far. Everybody has a great Thursday evening. Hope everybody continues to stay safe and well and also enjoy the weather because it's the only weather you got. Okay, in today's video, we'll talk about your forecast for Friday and Saturday. Also, we're going to take a look at the weather radar across the nation. Also, we're going to take a look at the watches, warning, and advisory map. Also, we're going to take a look at the Storm Prediction Center overview and a few other products they offer. And also take a look at the National Hurricane Center on Tropical Storm Brett and Tropical Depression 4, which will become soon Tropical Storm Cindy. Okay. If you're a new viewer and have not subscribed to my channel, consider subscribing. Love to have you. Like these videos, share these videos, and let's go ahead and get on into the forecast now and get the show on the road here, folks. As you can see, we got shower and thunderstorm activity extending from portions of New Hampshire through Boston, New York, also down to Philadelphia, Washington, D.C., through Virginia, through the Carolinas, all the way down to Florida and the Florida Keys, all the way back over toward Dallas, Texas, Houston, Texas as well, back to West Texas, all the way into portions of Kansas, all the way into Wisconsin, also into southern Canada, through Minnesota, through North Dakota, South Dakota, Idaho, some shower and thunderstorm over here around Vancouver, Canada, extended through Seattle, Washington, all the way into portions of Oregon and California region and portion of Nevada. We have some flash flooding possible over here from portion of Virginia through the Carolinas, all the way into northern Florida, include East Georgia. Flash flooding and heavy rain possible. In the yellow slashed area here from Texas all the way up to South Dakota, Wyoming. This includes severe weather possible in this vicinity here. Red slashed area, some flash flooding and heavy rain possible there as well. In the gray slashed area here, there could be some critical fire weather problems in portion of New Mexico. Also, we have some mixed precipitation over in portion of Wyoming, also in the portion of southern Montana, and portion of Idaho there as well. High pressure pretty much in charge of areas weather for Quebec, down into Montreal, all the way back into portion of Michigan, also back into Chicago, Illinois, also through southern Illinois, through Missouri, all the way into Arkansas, also into portions of Mississippi there as well. Southern Texas, down into Mexico, Gulf of California. High pressure is also in charge of Arizona, back to New Mexico, Colorado, also into portions of Utah, Nevada, California, eastern Washington, Oregon State, and southwestern portion of southern Canada as well for your Friday. Okay, now let's take a look at your Saturday forecast. We got more shower and thunderstorm activity extended from Maine all the way through Boston, New York, Philadelphia, Washington, D.C., through Virginia, through the Carolinas again, all the way back into southern Georgia, back into southern Mississippi, Louisiana, down into Florida, and to Florida Keys. Also more shower and thunderstorm activity extending from portions of Tennessee, northern Mississippi, Arkansas, Oklahoma, all the way up into Minnesota, Wisconsin, also into southern Canada, right along the U.S.-Canadian border, all the way back to Vancouver, Canada. Also back through Idaho, back into portions of Oregon and northern California, northern Wyoming there as well. In the yellow slashed area from Missouri back into portions of Iowa and southern Minnesota, severe weather possible in that region. Also in the red slashed area there's some flash flooding, heavy rain possible for your Saturday for portions of Montana, all the way into South Dakota and North Dakota there as well. We have some mixed precipitation over Wyoming and also portions of Idaho, down toward Montreal into Michigan, just east of Chicago, but through Indiana, portion of Kentucky, Tennessee, portion of the Atlanta metro area, back into portion of South Carolina there around the Augusta-Aiken area, also over to Alabama, Mississippi, Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas, and also down to Houston, Texas, northern Mexico. Also high pressure is going to be in charge from New Mexico to Arizona to Denver, Colorado, portion of Nebraska, southern Wyoming, all the way over to portion of Oregon, all the way up towards Seattle, Washington, also by San Francisco and Los Angeles to the Gulf of California, and also down into northern Mexico for your Saturday. Alright, let's take a look at the weather radar across the nation. As you can see, we got that spin in the upper levels of the atmosphere, right up here pretty much in East Tennessee now. It was over northern Georgia yesterday. It's moved up into eastern Tennessee. Still bringing in lots of moisture over the mid-Atlantic and southeastern region, extending from portions of Ohio through West Virginia, to the Carolinas, down to Florida, offshore in the coastal waters, also down into the Gulf of Mexico as well. Scattered activity over portions of Cuba, also in the northwest Bahamas. Puerto Rico looks good at this current time. We have scattered activity over portions of Tennessee, back in Alabama, Georgia, also back into portions of Mississippi and the panhandle of Florida there as well, and also down into southwest and southeastern Texas and Louisiana area. Northern Mexico, got some showers there. Got some scattered showers around the Hawaiian chain island. Central and South Alaska toward the coastal areas, maybe some scattered showers and rain showers there. Guam radar is currently unavailable. We have scattered activity over portions of Oklahoma, portions of New Mexico, also in the Wyoming and Colorado area. Also back in southwest Canada, Minnesota. Also over here in portions of South Dakota, Nebraska, and portions of Oklahoma. And scattered showers and storms over portions of Illinois, Indiana, and portions of Ohio there as well. Alright, let's take a look at the watches, warning, and advisories for your location. As you can see, we still got the flood watches in effect for North Carolina through South Carolina, all the way back into Georgia, back into the Florida Panhandle, the Big Bend area of Florida, and northern Florida there as well. Still got the coastal flood advisory up there near Washington, D.C. Flood advisory there also in portions of Virginia. We have some severe thunderstorm warnings here down in southern Alabama. Special marine warnings offshore the Florida coast, southern Louisiana coast. River flood warning still in effect for Mississippi, also South Dakota, also here in Nevada, also portions of Wyoming as well. Flood watches also in effect for central and southeastern portions of Montana. We still got these air quality alerts for western Michigan, northern Indiana, northeast Illinois, also down here in southwest Illinois, eastern portion of Missouri, all of Wisconsin, and also much of Minnesota. Got a few special weather statements there for a few showers and storms over portions of South Dakota and Nebraska. Severe thunderstorm watches are in effect for southern Wyoming, western Nebraska, and portions of eastern Colorado as well. Severe thunderstorm watches also and ongoing severe thunderstorm warnings in portions of Oklahoma and northern Texas. Also, we have heat advisories over portions of northeast Oklahoma. Also, we have some heat advisories also southeast portions of New Mexico, much of Texas and southern Texas. Excessive heat warning still remains in effect for southern Texas. We still have red flag warnings in effect for New Mexico and also portions of Colorado. Severe thunderstorm warnings in effect for them warning area in the watch area there, portions of New Mexico and also in the Colorado there as well. Wind advisories in effect for portions of Colorado, eastern portion of Utah. Also some wind advisories also in effect for portions of Southern California. Special weather statements been issued for portions of Alaska, and also the gale warning is still in effect for the entire chain island of Hawaii. Alright, Storm Prediction Center time. Alrighty, here's their overview page here. Currently, marginal risk still in effect for East Coast from up here near Washington, D.C., Maryland area through the Carolinas, down into East Florida. Well, much of Florida, that is. Shower and thunderstorm ongoing there as well. General thunderstorms in the lighter green. We have some shower and thunderstorm activity in the general thunderstorm area. Also, we had that marginal risk from Louisiana, Texas, all the way into portions of South Dakota, all the way back over to Wyoming and northern Colorado. Also, we got some severe thunderstorm warnings, watches, and warnings in effect there as well. So over the slight risk areas in portions of Texas, also into New Mexico, and also into portions of Colorado and Wyoming, and also into Nebraska there as well. General thunderstorms over here in the west coast, from Nevada to California, and portions of Washington State. This is just what I just called out earlier. There's the general vicinities of the marginal risk here, slight risk there. Current watches over here portions of southeastern portions of Wyoming, also western Nebraska, northern portions of Colorado, northern portions of Texas, severe thunderstorm watch in effect. MDS discussion. That just concerning that severe thunderstorm watch that they just issued portion of northeast New Mexico. Storm report. Currently, as this recording, we had 3 tornado reports. They were generally over in Wyoming, also in the ports of central Colorado. Wind report, we had 25. One was high. 2 of them occurred in portions of South Dakota. Look like over here in portions of Colorado. Also over here in North Texas, western Oklahoma, southeastern and eastern North Carolina, southwestern Georgia, and east coast of Florida. We had hail reports. We had 24 of them. 2 were large. Look like pretty much over portions of Colorado and over here in portions of northeast New Mexico for large hail. So that brought the total number of reports to 52 as of this current recording as of right now. Alright, fire weather issues. Still got an elevated risk over here in Arizona, over here in much of New Mexico and southern Arizona there as well. Fire can take off real quickly and out of control from wildfires. Alright, and finally we're going to wrap it up with the National Hurricane Center. We're going to take a look at a little information on Tropical Storm Brett and also Tropical Depression number 4. Currently, here is Tropical Storm Brett bearing down on the Leeward Islands with winds of 65 miles per hour. I thought it was going to become a hurricane. It got almost to that threshold, but it weakened some. It got over some cooler waters, or the wind shear ripped it apart a little bit, weakened it down a little bit. So my hurricane, it did not become a hurricane, but it was close. But like I say, you still going to have hurricane force winds over the island. So if anybody in the Leeward Islands, you need to take cover. May have some hurricane force winds in your region. Alright, at 5 p.m. currently, it had winds of 65 miles per hour, minimal central pressure 1,002 millibar. It was located at 13.4 north, 59.6 west, and movement was to the west at 16 miles per hour. Tropical Depression number 4 as of 5 p.m. Maximum sustained winds was at 35 miles per hour with higher gusts. Minimal central pressure 1,007 millibar. Location was 11.5 north, 44.0 west. Movement was to the west northwest at 14 miles per hour. Brett, let's see, here's some information. Brett very near Barbados. Heavy rain and strong winds expected in portions of the Lesser Antilles through tonight. Let's take a look at that forecast cone real quick, and then we'll take a look at the forecast cone again for Tropical Depression 4, and then we're going to wrap up the video. Okay, still got the cone of what I showed earlier this afternoon. We still got it. There's that tropical storm warning for Barbados. They upgraded it to a tropical storm warning just as I expected. We still got the tropical storm warning extending from the northern island to the southern island. We still got that hurricane watch in effect. Like I said, there may be some hurricane conditions still in the wind field. Winds of 65 miles per hour, gusting up to maybe about 75 to 80 miles per hour and some squalls. So you're still going to get some hurricane force winds. Also, you're going to get some flash. You're going to get lots of flash flooding, lots of mudslides will happen in those regions over the next 24 to 36 hours. All right, so 5 p.m. currently, there it is there. 2 p.m. there it is over here in the central, southwest, eastern Caribbean. By Saturday at 2 p.m. it is located in the central Caribbean, and then it's supposed to die off by Sunday. Should become just a remnant low, but we're still going to have to watch it because still the model still takes it over toward Honduras and Nicaragua, and may move into Belize, and then move into Mexico, and it could move into the Bay of Campeche later on, and well, sometime early next week. All right, let's take a look at tropical depression number 4. And then, like I say, then we're going to wrap up the video. Okay. Current at 5 p.m. There it is currently. There should be a tropical storm later tonight, or like I said, later tonight, or on your Friday. It will become tropical storm Cindy. Will continue to race on off to the northwest. By Tuesday at 2 p.m., it should become a remnant low, a depression. But most of the model got it, keeps it going off like this. So the southeast United States looks A-OK at this time. But we'll keep eye on it just to make sure. But anyway, these islands up here on the northern side could get some tropical storm force winds. So I would not be surprised later on forecast, maybe toward maybe Saturday or Sunday. Maybe towards Sunday or tomorrow. That is, some of these islands may get under a tropical storm watch if the wind field gets a little bigger and may skirt the area right here. So just want to let y'all, give y'all a heads up on that as well. Alright, well, I hope everybody enjoyed this video. Hope everybody continue to stay safe and well. Enjoy the weather. It's the only weather you got. Like these videos, share these videos, consider subscribing. We'll catch you back in the next